Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Success with Dawn Nicole and
DeMario.
Happy Thursday, my good people. Happy Thursday. Grab you some tea, grab you a cup of coffee. You are in for a treat. We have been gone celebrating the 4th. And have you guys had an amazing 4th of July? Did you do something fun? We did something fun, right? We broke away. What did we do, babe?
We went down to Florida.
Okay.
Went down there to the
Good morning.
Florida heat.
Oh God, that you called the Florida heat disrespectful. You said it's just straight up disrespectful.
Yeah, it has no respect,
Good morning.
no courtesy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's 9:30 in the morning. Why are you burning up my skin?
Exactly. So guys, good morning. Come on into Good Morning Success, where we do this every single day. This is daily inspiration for the driven. We give real-time strategies to real-life business owners for real-life results. Come on in. Sam, my brother, how are you? I hope you had a great 4th of July. We was purposely out of pocket for the 4th of July, so we just kind of shut everything down. Sam, we was just talking about the heat in Florida, but where he is, Sam reported like 100 and something degrees. Like you're in Kuwait, right, Sam? But anyway, come on in. Welcome to Good Morning Success. We are going to be talking about why having all of the answers is hurting you. Good morning, Sam. I cannot wait for you to come home to hang out. I love you, but brother, that Kuwait weather is something else. Sam one day said, Sam, what was the high that it got over there that you were kind of saying, dang, it was like 110 or something ridiculous. And I think I texted him back and said, is that survivable? Like, can people really, is your body made to survive 110 degree weather? So, but anyway, welcome to Good Morning Success. We have a really, really hot topic in play.
129.
Shut up. Sam, 129 degree weather? OMG. Sam, are people like falling out all the time, or are the locals used to it? You got to help me understand, because we went down, you know your sister, I hadn't been down to Jacksonville in forever. We went down there and the heat was like unbearable. It was not, you could not escape it. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
And I know that on July 6th, you're trying to psychologically get back in sync, because it's always hard when the holiday falls in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there, your brain is like, it's what day again?
Yeah.
Like, it's Thursday.
Yeah. Well, yesterday felt like a Monday. Everybody was saying, right, you guys? Yesterday kind of felt like a Monday, and that's the problem. It's a setup. Anytime the holidays happen in the middle of the week and we even think we're going to step away and take a break, when you come back, you are all jacked up. We were all jacked up yesterday.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
In fact, today I think we had to write down, it is Thursday, July 6th, just so we could deliver today's Good Morning Success. But anyway, what did you guys do? Did anybody do anything exciting for the 4th of July? Did you see family? Did y'all light some fireworks? I mean, you know, what's happening in your world? So while we're doing that, what we do is we do this show every single day. You can catch the repeats at
GoodMorningSuccessTV.com.
That's right, you guys. This is probably episode number 42. I don't know.
I think we have lost count.
Hey, Ronnie.
We'll be back in sync. We promise.
Absolutely. But listen, today's topic, and then I know for those who are just joining in, this is a topic that you do not want to miss. It's why having all of the answers is hurting you. We're going to break down that psychological thing that makes you feel, as a business owner, you must answer the question. You have to have the solution. We're going to talk about what it's like to collaborate with you, what people really think about you, and where that comes from. So stay tuned. Honey, what's up in the world of breaking news? Anything hot going on in the headlines?
Breaking news. As you know, over, say the past week, you've probably been reading a lot about a lot of shootings.
I thought you were going to say something. Didn't y'all think the way he said, shh, I thought he's going to say, you've been reading a lot about a lot of, I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah, that's
a lot
true.
of shootings? Okay.
A lot of shootings.
What's going on?
That's in your front face, but in the back face, behind you, what's going on that you're not paying attention
Conspiracy
to?
theory.
That there's here comes North Korea again. Here comes North Korea. Here comes.
Did you
North
guys
Korea.
hear about this?
Right down the missile lane, shooting
North
missiles
Korea.
at the U.S. We are all insane. Yes.
Wow.
North Korea is acting up again. Trump says they're acting kind of strangely.
Are y'all paying attention? Stay woke.
And they've been trying. They say they successfully launched a missile this time. There's been a couple of failures over the last couple of months. And I don't know what's happening, and I didn't read out all of the dialogue. I'm just going to tell you that when you see something else in front of your face,
look for something deeper.
Look for something deeper.
So y'all getting this? So what's going on is, in case anybody, hasn't been keeping up with what's going on with the wars and everything, or the alleged attacks on the U.S., North Korea has been trying to successfully launch a missile this way to see if they can get it to penetrate U.S. territory. And they've had these missile launches, these tests, and they have been failing up until recently. They successfully launched a missile towards the U.S., and so now the government is saying, wow, they did it. Now what? We have to, hey, Mona, I cannot wait for today. But anyway, so now the U.S. is saying, wow, North Korea has finally launched the missile successfully. So now, didn't they partner with South Korea in order to kind of build an alliance? So stay woke. I'm just saying.
There's some crazy stuff out there. So, but that's about as deep if you want to go on July 6th when it comes to the craziness.
So here's what I want to know.
Look at something.
Yeah, always look. If something else is happening apparently in your face, look behind the scene. So here's what I really, really want to know, and Demario does too. What do you have on your agenda today? Remember, this is a real-time strategy show for real-life business owners that gets you real-life results. So what I want to know is, what do you guys have on your agenda today? Ronnie, what are you up to? Ronnie has an amazing site that he can talk about. Ronnie, would you tell people a little bit about the SBA networking site and what you've got going on? And then Ronnie, you've got to take your secret sauce at www.what'sYourSecretSauce.com. Mona, what do you have on your agenda today? I'm so excited. I'm on your agenda. So I can't wait. Mona is amazing. Mona has taken her secret sauce. Mona is an ultra creative. She is just a brilliant visionary, and I cannot wait to help her navigate through her brilliance. So, and then Shrita Pullen, thank you for joining us today. Welcome to Good Morning Success. Honey, what do we have on our agenda today? I always ask you, even though I'm probably more connected with the calendar, right? I probably know that calendar like the back of our hand.
Okay, yeah, because you loaded up.
Because I loaded up.
She loaded the calendar up like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
So,
you understand me? But what we have on our schedule today, well, of course, we are actually, you ever feel like when you're like out of sync with your business for a couple of days, it feels like
That's me.
Like you lost months?
Yeah.
You'd be gone for 2 days and you like lost months, so you feel like you got to catch up on tons of stuff. Yeah. And it's really just, really it's not even 2 days worth of stuff, simply because prior to you going, you anticipated that you wasn't going to be there the next day, so you did a lot of things. But psychologically, you were sitting there thinking like, man, if we've been gone, I got so much work to do. So today on our schedule, we're just basically going through all of the client base and making sure that we're touching.
But we had to cancel meetings. Let's keep it. We had to cancel some. Y'all understand, when there's a holiday in the middle of the week, Demario just talked about this, my wonderful other half, just talked about how it totally throws you off when you try to enjoy the work-love balance that we talk about. When we came back yesterday, we was like, do we really need this meeting? And what about this meeting? So do what you have to do to get caught up, folks. If that meeting isn't a required meeting, push it back, prioritize. So
yeah, because it can get crazy. You don't want to come off of a holiday season or a holiday or a daycation or whatever you do to get away. I like
that, a daycation. I never heard of that.
You never heard of a daycation?
No, I heard of a staycation. Have y'all heard of a daycation before?
You haven't heard of a daycation?
No. Pyro, good morning, brother. What's on your agenda? No, a daycation? I heard of a have y'all heard of a daycation? Holla back. Let me know. Have you? Because Demario makes up these amazing terms.
I didn't make up that one.
Not this time.
That one is actually, it's out there. It's called daycation.
I heard of a staycation where you like stay and
daycation is like you just get away for a day.
Okay. Posh says, good day all. Always need a vacation from the vacation. Oh my gosh, isn't that the truth? We were just saying, when you come back, it's like we need a day just to fall back into society. Mona said, no, but I like the concept. Right, I think that's a hot concept, a daycation.
Daycation, you might not can afford to stay overnight, or you might not. When I say afford, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about whatever you're doing. You might not say, well, dog, I still got something to do in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take this time out and we're going to get away as if we was going for a whole week. It's a daycation.
I have a question for you guys before we jump into today's topic, which, are you excited about the topic? This topic is why having all of the answers is hurting you in your business. We're going to talk about that. I think that is so deep, but I want to ask you a question, or I guess I should ask you all a question because I know what you do. Do you guys have a way of finding out how effective your service was? Good morning, Kat. Like, are you guys surveying your customers at the end? If we had to take a poll right now, how many people have a means of surveying their customer, whether it's an automated survey, or whether it's picking up the phone? I'm just really, really curious because that's been on me lately too. We talk about a lot of things on our show, babe, but we haven't really talked about how you find out if you're doing a great job. And some people don't know that they need to change because they're not even asking the client about the experience. So I want to know, do you all have a way of finding out how effective your service was? So let me know. Hi, Matthew. Good morning. Babe, do we have an effective way? I was going to talk about when I had first started business, I didn't have anything that was high tech, but I used to call people 24 hours later to kind of do a survey.
No, we do have a link, especially with the What's Your Secret Sauce.
Hey guys,
we have
good
a
morning.
Link that you can.
Good morning. Good morning. I haven't been doing good morning, right, y'all? It's hell in this house without good mornings. I get, okay, just so y'all know, I get this look because we're trying to take this to a mainstream thing. And so if I say good morning to each of you, it poses a problem. So I have to ration my good mornings. And I didn't really hardly say good morning to anybody in the beginning.
Not only does it poses a problem, you say good morning in the middle of my sentence.
All right.
I'm talking. They're listening to me talking. You good morning? Good morning.
I'm just going to.
Good morning.
When he's talking, I'm just going to be like.
Good morning.
Okay, I got it. All right. So.
And what about the people that was already here first?
I said
now
good morning
they saying
to them.
No, I'm just saying they was here first, and now you done said good morning. They even tired of you saying good morning.
All right.
You know what? We
GM.
Okay. Y'all know this is not gonna work because we've been going through this for like months.
You guys, if you think that I should be allowed to say good morning to each person, then give me some thumbs up and love. If you agree with Demario, then give some smiley faces. I forgive you. But good morning to Kenya. Okay, go ahead. Welcome to Good Morning Success. Good morning to Kenya. Good morning, Sam. Oh, I read it too quick. I already said good morning to Sam. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Enough of me. Sorry. Okay.
This kind of segue into our topic today, when having all of the answers is hurting your business.
No, that's not an answer. That's a greeting. Good morning is a greeting.
No.
Guys, Shelton, where you been? We put out an APB on you, brother. You have been missing. What? Shelton's been gone.
I'm telling y'all.
All right.
This might be and I wanted to touch on something we get to say.
Oh, go ahead.
But this might be the last time that we had the camera facing this way.
Oh my God, why?
See, the only way that you can break her from actually saying something too much.
You know me.
The only way we can break that is turn the camera around the other way.
No.
She cannot
and
see.
I can't see you guys.
She can't see who's saying
Y'all don't
what.
want that. Y'all want my good mornings. It's love in the morning. It's sunshine. That's why my name is Dawn. It's morning sunshine, honey. All right.
Is dawn in the morning?
Yes. Dawn is the time of day where the moon and the sun kiss. Mwah. Dawn. All right.
Okay.
I'm just saying. All right. Back to business.
Well, let me ask you just one question, though.
Sure, please. Anything.
If all morning before noon, I walked up to you and said, good morning.
Well, it doesn't work the same way, right, guys? Because I'm the same person. I'm the same person.
Good morning.
I'm the same person.
Good morning.
Good morning, honey.
Good morning.
I would say good morning over and over.
Good morning.
I'm a morning person. All right, but I get the point.
I am not a morning person. I get it. But also, I wanted to jump in here right quick and let you know that, okay, see, Tammy,
don't be late again. We're going to send you a referral.
You know what,
slip.
Tammy?
Pink slip,
the
like
show
high school.
starts at 8 o'clock.
You need to go to report to the dean's office.
You
right
need
now.
to stop messing with Tom Joyner and
doing the wobble,
and
Tammy.
wobbling early in the morning. Who wobbles early in the morning? Don't you get dizzy if you wobble
Tammy
too early in the
Jernette
morning?
Lewis wobbles.
I tell you,
Wobble Anonymous.
I tell you,
looking for you.
But I want to tell you something that's scary.
What?
And I just thought about it.
Check this out, guys.
This is very scary.
Yes.
It's the third quarter.
Uh-oh.
It is the third quarter of the year.
In your business.
In your business.
And what?
And if you haven't got it together now,
then what? What's going to happen?
I see you not getting it together to next year.
Unless. Wait a minute. There's still hope for you. Gosh, honey.
Oh, God. It's the third quarter in your business.
There's still hope.
It's the third quarter. If you haven't figured it out now. No, if you haven't figured it out now, you can't plan for 2017. You are working towards 2018.
Wait.
You can set it up and do everything, but you are working towards the fruition.
That's very true.
Of your business in 2018. True. It's the third quarter.
True. It's very true. Don't, honey. You know when you drop nuggets, you like light me up to say. So I'm gonna just say a little bit because we was on this tip last year. So last year at this same time, we're in July, right? In July, we started this campaign. Right now, you should be planning, talking about, and preparing for 2018. You guys, if we want to compete in the marketplace with the big dogs, the giants, the moguls, and maybe you're not. If you're not, I'm not talking to you. If you're not looking for the long dough, the big money, and you're looking to grow slow, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the hustlers, the grow-getters, the accelerators, the people who want to grow faster, tired of getting it wrong. If you're listening to us and that is you, then check it out. This right now, this month, 2018, is a month where there are people in conference rooms all over Anytown, USA, talking about, planning about 2018. They're talking about Q1 of 2018 and Q2. And sometimes in business, and y'all, you know I'm about to be on one, so I'm going to bring it back in a second. Sometime in business, we put something together and we throw it out in 3 weeks and then we're like, oh my God, nobody came, nobody's registering, nobody's this is a stupid idea. No, your idea needs time to transition and grow, right? And attract. It's a time thing. So anyway, I'll say this one thing. By the time y'all go to Tropical Smoothie next year in the spring and you see that brand new flavor they're trying out, they started talking about it in Q3 of the previous year. They started saying, next year what we can do to introduce this new flavor is do a trial of it in the spring. Depending on how the market responds, we make this flavor permanent. This is why you go to a restaurant, they no longer carry the thing that they were trying out. And you loved it during the trial, but they don't have it anymore because not enough engagement. So it is about planning. So I told you, boy, don't get me on one.
And Tammy said she was getting off the plane, so I guess.
Okay, Tammy, that's okay.
That's kind of impressive. You was getting off the plane.
Off a plane.
The plane
in
landed,
a different time zone.
The plane landed, and then you still tuned in. So I'll probably give her a couple of props for that.
And Tammy let us know that she was doing business in another time zone because she was like in Nashville. It's 7:05. All right, Tammy, I get the picture. I got you. You're super important. You're doing some big things, sister.
In Nashville, do they have country music playing in the airport?
No, they have all kind of. Nashville has all kind of.
Just when you land, you got to land.
Oh gosh.
Shut your bag.
Do you see what I have to go through, you guys? Hi,
Henriette. But I'll tell you what. So therefore,
today's topic.
You know, and if you're in third quarter and you haven't got somewhere, this might be helpful to you. Why having all the answers is hurting your business, hurting you in your business. You might have too many answers. That's why in the third quarter you're still trying to start.
Yes, and we're going to talk about it today. Did we cover all of our, I just want to make sure that we covered off on everything. Right now, if you guys have not already, please put what you have on your agenda today. As you know, this is a show for a real-time strategy for real-life business owners that get real-time or real-life results. So we can't give you the strategies if you don't tell us what you got going on or what you're trying to get done. All right, so today, Demario, first of all, people always ask us, where do the topics come from, right? Like, how do you guys always know what to talk about? And the reason this is important is because we always get phone calls and emails after the show about how deep it was, how it touched somebody, how, like, you guys are in my closet or you're looking at what's going on in my life. No, but this is what we know. If it's relevant to us, it's probably relevant to you. If we're in a season of going through it or we just went through it or had to deal with it, we turn around and we share it on this show. So I want to talk about having all the answers for a second. And this is a little deep. And if this is a good time to share this with someone, tag a friend, hit the record button, grab pen and paper, because this is where we give real nuggets that normally cost. Okay. What does having all of the answers look like? So anytime that you address, I guess, a problem, honey, we have to first address what it looks like so that we can bring everybody inclusive and on the same page, okay? So having all the answers looks like this. It looks like going to a first, Kenya said, getting caught up on what you said. Awesome. Thank you, Kenya. Can't wait. Having all of the answers looks like this. It looks like not knowing how to fall back. As simple as that sounds. So think about fall back. Here, let's do a demonstration of fall back physically. Ready?
Yes.
Fall back. All right? Fall back. Fall back.
Oh, y'all know what? Don't be trying to cop that with the new dance. I know y'all be like, that is the what's your secret sauce fall back. That's
the fall back dance. It's going to be on YouTube in a second with me all chopped up, right? Talking about tomatoes, grains. All right. Yeah. No, but seriously.
In your business, fall back.
But fall back, just remember me, fall back, or what we call sitcho, all right? I'm not going to elaborate, like sitcho, okay? Now, fall back is
They might not understand. Hold up.
Sitcho.
We always got to break down the definitions to everything.
Those who know.
Y'all know me by now.
Oh, gosh.
So when I look at her and say, girl, if you don't sit, yo.
That means just take it easy. Have a seat. Have a seat. Okay, have several. But listen, fall back is really important. So let's start with fall. Thank you, Mona. We know y'all understand. So fall back is really important because it's just like what it sounds like. See, when you fail to fall back, right? Then you sit like this. And it's not, this is about to get deep. It's not just your demeanor and how you sit and your body language. It's that gut-wrenching, emotional, psychological need to be accepted and validated in every single situation, right? Whether it's your personal life, whether it's your business life, it's like Tourette's. You can't help it but to shout out the answer and shout it out first. We're going to break down why that is the absolute worst thing to do for your business, even if you know the answer. So failure to fall back looks like this. It's at attention. It's at it, right? It's uncomfortably positioned, ready to launch. Okay. So the problem, this is so deep. You know me, I can go. So I'm going to try to bring it all together. So here's the problem. With the first meeting, the best thing you can do is do less talking and learn how to fall back and do more listening. The very first, any discovery meeting, and I imagine that all of us in business have an element of discovery. And so discovery meetings are designed for the client, right, honey? Mm-hmm. To open up and pour their heart out to you. Have you ever paid a psychologist or a psychiatrist and you go there and you pay their $150 or $200 fee and you end up doing all of the talking? It's by design. The psychiatrist literally is falling back with legs kicked up. The problem is when the psychiatrist has all the answers before he's listened to the problem. Hold on, babe, I'm gonna need the shaker today. You need the shaker? Please, please, please. Let me break down, because I'm still over some of your heads. So I'm gonna break this down. I'm about to get elementary with it. You are never qualified to give someone your opinion or advice until you first understand what their goals are and their vision. I'm gonna say it again. You're not qualified to tell somebody that they're doing something wrong and they should go left or right until you understand what it is they are trying to do. This is why when someone gives unsolicited advisement to you that you didn't ask for, it hits you the wrong way. And the first thing we all say in our natural physical state when we're not thinking in a business mind is, they don't know me, right? How dare you don't know me. How many arguments have you had when you've heard someone say, you don't know me? What they're really saying is, you're not qualified to tell me what I should be doing differently if we've never sat down and I've expressed to you what it is I'm trying to do. You cannot course correct me if you don't know what direction I'm aiming to go in. You may contact me and say, Dawn Nicole, your website is terrible and it doesn't have any hits. I did a research analysis on it. The traffic is poor. Nobody's visited in a year. And you done took your time to give me all of this unsolicited advice only to learn that it's on purpose. I don't use that website. I'm rebranding. I'm headed over here. But had you taken the time to ask me and listen to where I was headed, you would have known that analyzing what was old rather than learning on what's new on the horizon was wasting your time. So Where does the having all the answers come from? So what does this have to do with it? The first problem with having all of the answers and speaking first is that people actually don't trust the person with all the answers. Demario, I'm about to step on some toes 2 days after the holiday. I'm getting ready to step on some toes. And we're going to tell real life stories because, you know, we already talked about this, okay? Honey, I'm going to say this and I'm going to turn it to you for a minute. And we're going to go back and forth on the stories. When you have all of the answers, you are actually less trusting. And you're sitting there scratching your head like, oh my God, what? What do you mean? See, this is the thing. The reason why people don't trust a person who has all of the answers all of the time and has them first is because you can't possibly know everything all of the time and have a ready to go answer. And so the trust factor comes when you have the answer too quickly and someone says, you know what? I heard what Nancy said, but just go double check. Let's make sure. Because see, sometimes questions are life and death questions. Questions are too critical for you to answer them in 30 seconds, right? Questions are bigger than you. Some questions require collaboration and contributions from other parties. It doesn't have to be about you. So where did this psychological falsehood come from that as the business owner, the one with all of the answers wins? It's okay to say, I don't know. That's a great question. And I'm willing to go and research it. If you'll allow me some time to go look that up and research it, you are actually deemed more credible when you ask for additional time to go research it. Demario, I'm going to say this and I'm going to turn it over to you because you know I got a lot more to say about this, because somewhere along the way, we've all been painted a picture. And it might have been grade school when your teacher, when you was the class pet, you raised your hand with every answer and your teacher said, good job, Demario. Good job, Dawn Nicole. That was so great. You have another answer. And then as a kid, you're like, then you want to answer all the questions. Y'all remember that? If you answer one question right and your teacher makes you feel good, validation. Y'all don't hear, right? You feel like I got to keep answering these questions. So I'm going to chill and turn over to my partner to talk about what's wrong with having all of the answers.
There's beauty in silence. There's a lot of beauty in silence. That was great, dear. That was great.
Honey, beauty in silence.
But there's beauty in silence, because how many of you have ever said this any time in your life? Oh, I can't stand to know it all.
Oh!
How many of you have said this any time in your life? Why every time we sit down here, you got to start talking? How many of you have ever been in a group setting, network meeting, round a conference table, and something is, I guess, asked amongst the group, and every time that one person always got to start acting like they are just the scholar of the
smartest
whole
thing
group.
in the room.
Big you, little me.
Yes.
See, you ever in a fight? They probably always told you this right here in the fight.
Get my check already.
That person that's quiet. You ever, growing up, you ever seen a fight when a person that's talk all the time start picking on the person that just always
quiet.
stay off to themselves? Then they fight and the person that was quiet tears the other person up.
Yeah.
And everybody like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know.
Yes. Yes.
Don't they always say, don't take my niceness or my kindness for weakness. It's a whole bunch of sayings. It's a reason these sayings actually exist.
Yes.
Even as a business owner, even if that's your field, that is not meaning that you come to the table solutioning everybody else's problem. Because you don't even know the next person probably can solution your problem.
Oh!
So sometimes you gotta go for the balance and just sit back and listen, because I guarantee you this right here. If you're already in your mind thinking of the answers as soon as somebody starts asking the question, because some of you don't need, it's not about the question, it's that you want to look like you got it together.
Right, the perception.
So you already answering the question before it even gets asked correctly. But what you didn't hear, you missed a whole lot of key points. Yeah. So there's beauty in silence.
Absolutely. And can I say, this resonates. So let me break it down in a different way, because sometimes we have to get open and vulnerable to make a point. I want to talk about all that I have lost. This is very important. I have lost way more by feeling like I had to show up with all the answers that I've gained. And this is very important for business owners out there to take note. One thing that I'll share with you is I can remember, and I pull from my corporate experience because I was there for 19 years. I remember that I used to take pride in having an answer, and therefore you want me on your team. If you watch Jeopardy, right? You guys who used to watch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, we would be home making all sorts of assumptions about different teams when people are answering questions, and we would say things like, I would want her on my team or him on my, right? We like smart people. So I lived a life where I thought my value was tied to the ability to be quick and intelligent and answer questions and to provide a solution. So I used to show up to corporate projects and teams as, hey, what you got going on, right? And I would sit in, and I thought it was valuable to the team that I had an answer. Now, I was okay if we didn't end up with my answer with doing what I said. I just wanted to be first. I just thought that there was a problem with me sitting there and being a bump on the log. And I'm not saying you got to be a bump on the log, but I thought that somehow I was less valuable if I didn't have something to contribute. Okay. Here's where that came back to bite me, and it bit me hard. And then I would live a life of having to realize, wait a minute, maybe there is beauty in not having to have the answer, but listening and coming up with the answer as a team. So what happened for me is I remember I was on an interview one day, and they asked me, and this interview was a make or break interview. The money was right. I was moving to a new city, and they asked me one question. They said, Dawn Nicole, on a project team, historically, what has been your experience? What type of person are you? Are you the type of person when the client has a problem, do you work with the team to come up with a solution? Do you like to have an idea of the solution yourself? Give us an idea of how you work. And I thought, yes, this is a great time to show off my value, right? So at the interview, I proudly sat up and I said, I am the type of person that I like to draft up an answer early. Had no idea I was killing myself on this interview. All right, so I very proudly and confidently sat up to Mario, and I said, well, you'll be proud to know, and I said this to the interviewers, I like to come up with an answer and a solution early from my point of view, because in my experience, if I come up with the answer first and then allow the team to edit it, I realize that people are more responsive when you put something in their hand to edit as opposed to coming up with something from scratch. So I pride myself on being a visionary where I can put a piece of paper or draft a game plan or a solution, and then I'm okay with the team editing it. So that's my power, and I was so proud. And I remember the looks on their faces, right? And I was very confused. Obviously, I was hurting my chances on this interview. So the interviewers looked at me and said, let me get this right. So in a team environment, you will actually pre-draft up something and then circulate it to the team to edit. I said, that's right. They can count on me. So I was extra proud. I said, they can count on me to come up with an early solution so that we can have something to talk about and edit. And I was proud. And they said, oh, thank you very much. Needless to say, it's 2 days later, and I got the call that I didn't get the job. And I was crushed. I was devastated. And I remember saying, why? What happened? What did I say that was wrong? Because this was my third interview. I had traveled from another city for this interview. The money was right, honey, and I didn't get the job. And the recruiter, I'll never forget, she said it had everything to do with your need to have the first answer. And I said, but I don't understand. I make it easy. This is a value. I make it easy for people to have a discussion because I draft it up first and people can pick it apart. There's value in that. She said, not on a team, there's not. Sometimes the beauty is not knowing together and the journey of coming up with the answer as a team and making everyone feel valuable. And even if you have an idea of the solution, you don't have to give it away yet. You can, it's okay to fall back and wait. So I lost something because I thought having the answer was valuable, but it actually worked against me. It wasn't valuable.
You know what? That's a crazy story. And I was thinking to myself like, wow. But sometimes you being smart is only of value to yourself.
Oh, you gotta say that again, babe.
Sometimes being smart is only of value to yourself. You determine how smart you are and how you feel.
Right.
But the next person sitting beside you, even though you might be that scholar, but a person sitting beside you might not think that's impressive.
Right. Right.
Or sometimes you ever heard, oh, they're so book smart and street dumb.
Book smart, street dumb. Have y'all heard that? I have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the same concept.
No common sense.
Yeah. You're so smart.
Yeah.
But I don't need a so smart person.
Right.
You made me start thinking about tug of war.
Tug of war. Okay.
You got tug of war. Let's say you got 5 people on each side. This group right here, it was 4 little boys, and they seen a big boy, and they was like, yeah, we going to want you on our team because in their mind, you're big and we can rely on you. Then you got 5 well-balanced boys on the other side. When the tug of war starts, they drag the other team because they're well-balanced.
Yeah.
Versus this other team is one big guy, like, yeah, I can pull all of you, and the rest of you just hold on to, just put your hands on the rope.
Yeah.
That's how it is, I feel in an environment where you are trying to be the leader amongst leaders.
Wow.
Because I think if we're all sitting at a table, we're all sitting there for a reason. I'm great at what I do.
Yep.
You're great at what you do.
Yes.
And we all collaborate together to come up with something
greater, actually, with something greater.
Yes.
Yeah, than ourselves. Because there's power in collaboration. And that's what I was missing. I'm not cutting you off, but I'm just saying, I thought that I was showboating the fact that I could come up with the answer every time. I thought that was valuable, when what was actually more valuable is that I could work as a team and I could wait on the pace of the team. And it doesn't have to be me. Even if I have an answer, it's okay to allow someone else. It's okay to allow someone else to come up with an answer or to do it as a team. And I didn't know that. But even in our businesses, there are people who are still doing that today.
Yes. Having all the answers. The thing about it is, I always claim not to have all the answers, but I call my answers sometimes opinions.
Right.
Because it's not necessarily, it might be fact-based, but at the same time, there might be somebody else that'll throw something out there, and I'd be like, well,
you do that. I noticed. Like, I'll say something, and you'll be like, well, and so I'll just tell you how, if I may, because I don't say opinions, but what I do say is, if I don't know, I will say, I don't know, but I will go find out. Let me research that and get back to you. People actually value more that you are willing to go research it. The analogy that we talked about yesterday was 2 people in a room who have an equal level of IQ. They're both very intelligent, and there are a team of people sitting around these 2 experts, right? And there's a life or death catastrophe happening somewhere in the real world, and only these 2 experts are qualified to speak on it. So you've got a whole bunch of troops of people sitting around the table waiting to execute based on the order these 2 people will give. And so you have person A and you have person B. Person A, who's always quick to pull the trigger, who says, this is what I think we need to do, John. I think we need to do this. And even though everyone's listening, ready to execute, and they're listening to John, person A, and they're writing it down, person B, equally as qualified, may say, well, you know what? I like his idea, but I still feel like there's something we might be missing. If you guys would allow me to take these notes and look this over for a 24-hour period, because if we move wrong, then we're going to lose a lot of people, right? We'll have a major catastrophe, catastrophic loss. So allow me 24 hours. Well, what do you think they're going to do? More than likely, if time will allow, they're going to respect that person B wants to be absolutely sure, because there's risk involved. And see, here's another thing. The person who's quickest to give an answer, sometimes that's a risk because it hasn't been researched. There's risk in pulling the trigger too fast. It's no different than when your child finishes their housework too fast and you just told them 10 minutes ago to go do 10 things and they come back, they're like, I'm done. Right? They did it fast. And so what happens is you're not as trusting. You're like, well, wait a minute. I know that it takes at least 20 minutes just to clean the upstairs bathroom, right? And so my point is, sometimes we don't trust people who do it fast, who do it quickly. You have to be careful. That can work against you. That's that speed of having to have the answer, that need to know it all right now can work against you. What it also does as a business owner, it can make you say things that you don't mean. For example, a proposal. We teach people, if you can help it, when you are looking at a problem and you're giving an estimate for a job that you guys may not normally do, and you're looking at it, the client is going to pressure you to say, well, how much do you think something like this will cost? Just because they asked in that moment, you can say, well, allow me, if you would, to go over all of the notes, to revisit everything we discussed here today, to recap it. Let me do an assessment on what I think that looks like, and if you'll allow us 24 hours to present a proposal to you, it would be more effective, right? That is okay. What happens is if you quote too low because you're trying to be quick and you say, oh, a job like this, easy, $1,300. And they're like, okay, bet. They're going to hold you. Try saying $1,300 and then coming back 24 hours later and make it at $2,500 and see what happens. They're going to remember what you said and your quick answer, right? So you don't have to feel compelled to give an answer right now. It can hurt you.
Oh, and that's very deep. Thank you, dear, because we all have felt victim to that. Mm-hmm. I know I have said some prices before and started doing it, be like, oh God.
You got
This is like 3 times the work that I thought I was going to be doing.
Yes.
And it happens like that. But I was actually thinking also, when you say when having all the answers is hurting you, let's flip it around a little bit. I'm going to tell you when having all the answers become a power thing is when you have all the answers, but you don't acknowledge it and the people around you do.
Wait, you gotta see. You be dropping them jewels.
No, when
Say
you have all the
man.
answers, it's almost like it's like your team, your clients, your whoever. They know that you have this answer, and you're not volunteering. They're asking you for it. Mm-hmm. Case in point, what was the movie? I couldn't think of the actual name, but we all know the true story of the African American females that was a part of NASA.
Oh, yeah. Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures.
Good. Yeah.
You have the young lady in there. I can't think of her name. I'm sorry. But the one that was great.
Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah, she played the person.
Yeah.
She was great at the numbers.
Yep.
They always invited her into circles and other businesses, I guess departments of the business.
Yeah.
Because she was great, but because she was very like, okay, I'm not.
Yeah.
If you give me the problem, I will answer it. But I'm not going to walk in here acting like I know it.
I know it.
I know it all. Because I got so many things against me already. And it became so apparent that she knew it that even the guy that was launching into space said, hey, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Until y'all go get her to double check the numbers.
Yeah.
And she was, okay.
Yeah.
See,
you're doing a fine acting job, by the way.
But see, she had the answer.
Yeah.
And they know she could come up with the answer.
But she didn't have to be the one.
She didn't walk in the door like, I'm here, bitches.
Yeah. Wow. Said, Melville just joined at the time that he is a devout Christian.
Well, I said benches.
Okay.
Y'all remember a couple. See, you making it sound like it's something else.
Sorry.
If y'all remember a couple of episodes ago, we was talking about the restaurant that removed the benches out of their business to increase profits because they got more room.
Yeah.
Don't listen to somebody trying to turn
No.
it. I say I'm here benches, like have a seat.
Okay.
God. Well,
hi, Melville. Good morning.
I'm just so disappointed in you this morning.
Oh,
how dare
you
act like I'm cursing? I don't even be talking like that.
Y'all, please listen. So anyway, you don't have to have all of the answers. And so you're probably saying, okay, so help us understand how this manifests. How do we use this? How do we relate this to our business? So some of you who are in consulting-based businesses, a service-based business where you give an intangible service, right? It is so important. And I always tell people our model, and I don't care if someone models themselves after it, but we have a model that is a 3-part process. It's discovery, development, market. And that is our approach to working with business owners. We discover something, we develop it, and we take it to market, or we help you market it. Discovery is not about you solutioning. Discovery is not, and I am guilty a bit, but and it slows you down. You should not be solutioning in discovery. And I'm such a solutionist that I myself have to tell myself, when you go to this meeting today, you are in discovery. You have to understand where you are, because where you stand will always depend on where you sit. Let me say it again. Where you stand on anything depends on where you currently sit. What role am I wearing today? What hat am I supposed to be wearing, right? Am I giving too much here? Where am I sitting today? So if today I'm sitting in discovery, then where I stand is in a discovery mode of asking questions. So, for example, we have a discovery session today with Mona, who's on this, right? I'm super excited. It's a 3-hour session. Mona, just so you know, I plan on listening to you and asking you questions. There is more power in asking questions. There is such a thing called strategic question asking and strategic listening. And, I want to say this because I was inspired. That is so deep by itself, you guys, strategic question asking and strategic listening, that we actually last year had entire workshops. Remember, we were doing a strategic question where we were teaching people how to ask the right. Sometimes it's not about the answers, it's about asking the right questions. Please shake this thing, boys. Shake it before I just I'm going to say it again. Sometimes it's not about your answer. It's about you asking them the right question. Again, you guys have heard us talk about this. Last year, we had several business owners who came to us and their biggest complaint was, I'm not making money. After a series of meetings, we said to them, the problem is you're leaving about $25,000 in your notes. They looked at us crazy. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm leaving money in my notes. What are you saying right now? You're leaving money in your notes because you are not writing the right thing down. You're not asking the right questions. You're not acting on some of these things that they said. So what we did, so it's called strategic listening. So check this out. I got their notepad and I showed them. I said, right here, this person just mentioned, you wrote it down. They mentioned that in 6 months, they're going to open up another business, right? Or they're getting ready to make another investment. That was another opportunity for you to look at what they're doing in the future and start maybe perhaps retargeting or getting them set up for their future plans. They also mentioned this. They also mentioned 3 people with the same problem. You wrote the names down. Did you ever ask permission to follow up with these other people? Did you look them up on LinkedIn? Did you do everything you could have done? So I took their notes, babe, and I was able to say, you're leaving money on the table because you are not doing strategic listening, and you're certainly not asking any questions strategically. So we came up with a technique to help people go through that, and that's where the HAPPY technique came from, HAPPY. For more information, hit us up, and we will be happy to give you... happy, to make you happy.
We'll be, yes.
So hit us up for that technique. That technique is award-winning. Ask attorney Anitra Brown. But without further ado, what else did you have to say about why having...
I wanted to just kind of just throw out this disclaimer.
Good morning, Liz.
And y'all can start.
Go ahead.
Y'all can start playing the Sally Struthers music right now.
Okay.
So those of you who are listening to the sound of my voice.
Oh, gosh.
If you run up on a person who don't have all the answers, don't lose trust in them. If you run into a person that has a specific job and you ask them a question and they say, I don't know, that is not the moment, oh, well, I can't utilize them because they don't know. Don't be so quick to I'm
going to dismiss them if they leave it at I don't know. They need to say I don't know, but I'll go find out.
Yeah, because sometimes you treat people that say I don't know like you're talking to a 2-year-old. Yeah, right. How many of y'all talking to a 2-year-old and they do something like they take baby powder and spread it all, and the first thing you say is, why did you do that? And they, I don't know. And you're like, well, you do? You know why you do? I don't know. And the 2-year-old brain cannot give you an answer that you would be very satisfied with anyway. You can't talk to people that say, I don't know, like that. I think that is the reason why a lot of people get in the mindset of trying to have the answer, because they're afraid to tell the person that's asking the question, I don't know.
But isn't there an obligation for the person who doesn't know to kind of say, I don't know today, but I know where to find that answer.
Yeah,
I'll go
well,
research
you know, well, yeah, it's true, but you know, it's just like if you're talking to me about digital marketing change every couple of minutes. So you might have seen something on the news that said now we're doing balloon targeted ads, and then you come to me tomorrow, you're a digital marketer. Hey, how can I get involved with balloon targeted ads? I say, well, I don't know.
Right.
Let me check that out for you.
There you go. And that's what.
But because I said I don't know, do you say, well, let me go to somebody that knows how to do balloon targeted ads? And
maybe, but you just raised a good point. But this is you just said something really important. I just want to marinate on it for a second.
I did.
You did. Okay. You did. You with your sexy self. So yeah, thank you.
Like,
but this is the thing. If you say I don't know, right? So this is there are kind of two ways to handle this. The person who is being asked the question, right, who is a professional, can say, well, I don't know because my specialty is this, and balloon targeted ads is something new, but here's what I'm willing to do for you because I'm actually interested myself. I will go do some research. I have some friends, some buddies or whatever. I know where to find the answer, and if you'll allow me 24 or 72 hours or whatever the window is, and I sometimes say, when do you need to know by? How critical is this information that you need? That helps me with the time frame. That helps me determine if I need to get back to you in 24 hours or 72 hours, right? So as a professional, you don't necessarily lose me at I don't know, but if you stop there and you don't care to elaborate on why you don't know. And I know some people are like, I don't owe you a reason why. Yeah, you do. You know what? When that's your industry and you are professional and you're putting yourself out there as a professional, there's a learning curve. Regular people don't know that digital market. They think digital marketing might just be some targeted ads and a website, right? They don't know that. So it's your job as a professional to educate them and say, well, I don't know because that's fairly new, or that's not my area of expertise. The best thing you can do is be honest and stop trying to be all things to all people and say, that is not my area of expertise. So I have two options for you. If you give me some time, I can go research that. I'm happy to research it and find it out, or I'm happy to go connect you with a partner of mine who does that. Give the person the option. That person might respect you so much for saying, I'm willing to research it myself because I'm curious too, that they may say, you know what? That's fine. I'm going to stay with you because I like you. I already know you. I trust you, right? So be honest is what I'm saying. Be honest and say why you don't know maybe. Maybe that isn't your area of expertise. Maybe it's brand new that could alter what this person's going to do. If it's like, for example, if I come to you on some new medicine, some new weight loss stuff, because I'm always trying to lose weight. But if I come to you on some new weight loss stuff and I come to you and say, hey, I want to get those new X2Z pills, you might look at me and say, well, I know what works, but I haven't used that yet. Have you considered other options? No, I really want those X2Z pills. Do you have them? Do you know anything about them? You might say, I don't know, and that's because those are fairly new on the market. If you say that to me, that may change my decision to even go there. They're new on the market. Oh, I might want to stick with what you do know. See the difference? Stop trying to be all things to all people.
And that you know what? Even though we talked a lot on this right here, and we could have went over here, but I'm just going to drop a little piece of salt on what we could have said in this dialogue.
But didn't say.
We didn't say it because we understand that you just had a holiday. You celebrated independence.
Yes. Okay.
But anyway, yeah, my head, I couldn't help it. You celebrated independence. But we could have said the reason that you try to have all the answers.
It's because you seek validation.
You seek validation. You have attention disorder.
Whoa. What? No, hold up. You can't just throw it. You got to give the people ADD. Why do they have an attention
disorder?
Why?
Because you strive and want attention.
No.
You want people to look at and idolize you because you think you are this and you think you are that. You have mirror reflection-itis.
What does that mean, honey?
You look at yourself and you look at yourself this way. So when you walk in, you want everyone to see you that way. So therefore, how you do that, you talk the loudest, you have all the answers, you sound the most intelligent, you are scared to show your vulnerabilities or your lack of knowledge in certain areas. You know, you do a lot of that stuff. We could have said that right there.
But we didn't.
But we didn't.
I didn't.
We didn't say you have a look at me syndrome. If you sitting here celebrating stuff you did back in the 60s, oh, well, you know, in 1960, I was voted class Victorian.
Oh, God.
They done changed the curriculum since you was class Victorian or validate or whatever they call it. See, I don't even know because I wasn't even that person. I was just happy to walk in the line. I was like church when I graduated. I was so glad to be in the number one more time. See, that I'm telling you, some might actually have that problem. So it's not the fact that you have the answer. You want to be looked up on as having the answer because that gives you some old self-gratification, confidence. I got my hair thrown back. Didn't they make that song? Who made that song?
Yeah,
Willow.
Yeah.
You want that all right there. And see, that's what, and when you think that people are not liking you because you feel like, well, they don't like me because I have all the answers. Sometimes they don't like you because they know you are trying to just get all the attention.
Oh.
Your answer was very correct, but because they knew what place it came from in your spirit, that's what made them not like you. Oh, we loved your answer. We don't like you.
Wow.
Because you always come up in here and want everybody to see you. So therefore, your smartness just became dumbness to my psyche because I don't like the fact that you always feel like you got to just stand up. You know, is everybody dancing? You gonna jump on the table.
Well, the real threat is this, and this really, and first of all, wow, you are so funny with your analogies. But I'll say this because what time are we at? We're nearing the end of our show today. So I'll say this, you all. The real reason why having all of the answers all of the time and being the fastest one to kind of pull the trigger is a bad thing. It's really not a great thing in a team environment. And I don't know if you all work in a team environment, if you're solopreneurs, maybe you collaborate with other businesses, but you want to be really careful of that. The real reason why consulting firms at a corporate level won't hire a person who has even a leader mentality can be a bad thing. I'm telling you, even a leader mentality, depending on the role you'll be playing on a team, is a bad thing. The look at me syndrome is not a good thing because what they figure is very quick math. They figure if you pride yourself on being the person all the time who comes to the table with the answer first, then you will commit treason when in the face of the client. What that looks like, for those who kind of don't understand that setup, you have consulting teams who come from an outside party like a KPMG, a E&Y, Ernst & Young. These are firms that I used to work at or as a consultant. Mm-hmm. And so you have these firms who get paid lots of money. These groups are inserted into corporate environments like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Capital One, all of your U.S. corporations and international. But what happens is the goal of the consulting team is to work as a team, right? And the worst thing that can happen is if the team feels that one of its members are starting to schmooze with the client, because what it does, it looks like we have to question your commitment and loyalty because at any moment you can forsake the team. Check this out. I'm going to show you how this is a commodity issue. In the event that you have one person on this consultant team that quote unquote commits treason or tries to outshine the team, what that looks like is they're going to schmooze with the client and say, listen, I'm good. Look at me. I, right? And if the I theory happens and the client sees value in I and they no longer see value in the team, the consulting firm is going to lose money because they're going to cut the budget for the whole team and likely hire this person. This person is now a threat. You got to understand, it's deep. Not only should you not do it, but psychologically, right, you shouldn't do it, and ethically, you shouldn't do it, but it doesn't make good business sense for them to hire a person. Can you get that there? It doesn't make good business sense for them to hire a person with that mentality because they pose a threat to the bottom line. is deep.
Yes.
So you know that's deep when a company says, oh, that's your mentality, you got to go. We absolutely, because you pose a threat to the state of sustainable business for the rest of us because you don't know how to play team. And I've seen a girl do that where she raised her hand where the client said, well, you know, everyone the client said that they're looking to hire. So understand there's the consulting team and then there's the client. The client would tell us their plans for hiring because they have to be transparent with us. They'll say, I'm looking for a SQL developer. This girl on the team will raise her hand. She's on our team and say, I know SQL. I also know business objects. It's a reporting tool. Whatever you need help with, I can help you. And the rest of us were like, because see, that's not your place. That wasn't your place. It's the engagement manager's place to negotiate new business for us to. It's not your place, sweetheart. Where you stand depends on where you sit. You are part of the team.
Yes, you are a value asset.
Yeah,
to the
you're
team.
an asset. So if you forsake the team for the sake of you getting the work, you cost this company's bottom line. It's deep. Stop feeling like you have to have all the answers. Even if you do, fall back. Allow time. Allow the process to work. Some of us want to rush the process. Trust the process. That's what I want to leave them with today. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. All right. So if this was helpful, please share it. Please tag a friend. We appreciate you all so much hanging out to the end. We love, love, love you guys. And we love, love, love what we do. That's why we can do this daily. So
that just keeps going on and keeps you thinking.
What?
Keeps you thinking. The subject today, it keeps you thinking.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on the subject, because you probably have played both sides of the fences, and it's just deep. That's a beautiful deal.
Thank you, babe. Thank you. All right, you guys. Until next time, we want you to stay on the grow with Dawn Nicole and
Demario. Go to whatsyoursecretsauce.com and take your assessment. If you have taken yours, share your results with a friend and have them take it. Let's all build this brand development, personal brand value community.
Yes.
All right. Until tomorrow.
Stay on the grow.
You see, wanted me to press the button. She don't like when I pause. But maybe I'm just admiring. Let's take a moment to admire each other.
God. How do you don't...
Okay. See y'all later.